Hey, everybody, this is David Bradley. Welcome to the Rich Man's Gym Podcast. I am your host of the Rich Man's Gym Podcast. The Rich Man's Gym Podcast is about strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. So if you, like me, are looking to level up and then tap into that true potential of yours, well, you're in the right place. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get rolling and let's start this thing off super duper quick with two quick words from some of our sponsors. Meet the MyHigh Infrared Sauna Blanket, the world's most portable infrared sauna. Experience the sauna high from the comfort of your own home. Utilizing effective infrared heat to promote a range of health benefits. Calm your mind and body, burn calories, detoxify better and faster. 5 minutes to heat up, 30 to 60 minutes per session, 1 minute to clean. Easily stored in our convenient carry bag. A fraction of the price of a normal sauna. Order yours today at richmansgym.com/myhigh. That's richmansgym.com/myhigh. richmansgym.com/myhigh. 2021, there are 190.2 billion cigarettes sold in the United States. There are 28.3 million Americans right now committing a passive-aggressive form of suicide, and over 16 million Americans facing a premature death while living with a smoking-related illness. If you're one of the 28.3 million, and if you're even remotely considering stopping, my intention is to help you release yourself from your addiction to cigarettes and nicotine. If you've tried quitting before, but you keep starting back up again, I get it, because I've been there. I'm a smoker, just like you, with the exception that I haven't had a cigarette since 2002. Would you like to know how I did it? My name is David Bradley, and I'm the author of this book right here, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. This book will help anyone become a non-smoker again in as little as 3 days. Will you let me help you? Head on over to stopdon'tquit.com and get your copy today. It's available on Amazon, Audible, and there's even a video course to go with. Stopdon'tquit.com. That's stopdon'tquit.com. See you there. Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying through to those two things. Listen, today I want to talk about how much energy should you give something. Something pops up. It could be something on TV. It could be a comment from somebody. It could be something you read, something you stumbled upon, and you got a question. How much energy should you put into this thing right now? That's the question. How much energy should you give something? And I mean, realistically, solid question, right? Like, have you ever found yourself in that place where you're actually directing way too much energy towards ultimately the wrong thing? Because listen, one of the main consequences of directing too much energy towards the wrong thing is that you wind up not putting the right amount of energy on the right thing. Obvious, yes? Hopefully so, but not everybody thinks about it that way. So the purpose of today is to really give you some tips and some tools and some functionalities that you can put into practice right away to make sure that, number one, you're not directing too much energy towards the wrong things, and that you are then enabled to direct the right amount of energy over to the right things. Because, man, in this day and age, there is so much out there that is fighting, literally fighting and competing for your attention. There is so much stimulation and competition for our attention, and it is fierce. Do you remember, like, when breaking news actually meant breaking news, like something was actually happening? Now it's just a tool, right? It's just this tool that the media uses to, like, grab your attention super duper fast, boost rating, sell advertising. That's really all breaking news is now. There is so much noise out there. And so would it be helpful to you if you had a system that you could use to literally determine in real time if something is worth your attention or not, if something is worth our attention or not, and most importantly, our energy? So I'm going to give you the 3 questions. We're going to rattle them off super duper fast that you can start asking right away when you need to determine if something deserves your energy or not, and then we're going to break them down, okay? So the first one is this: how much control do I have over it? How much control do you have over it? Second thing is this going to create new and better problems? Wait, what? Yep, don't worry, we're going to get into that. Will this create new, better problems? Third thing is, to what degree does this help and add value to myself and others? So let's break these down super duper quick. 1, how much control do I have over it? So if you read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, he's going to show us that we live in 2 different circles. One is our circle of influence, and then the other one is our circle of concern. One of which we have direct control over, and the other we have concern over, but like no control at all. Clearly, you and I want to spend as much time as possible working on the things that we have absolute control over. While other things may be concerning, if we can't control the outcome, how much energy should we actually give it? Make sense? I just created a new word, by the way. So here it is. Are you ready for the new word? So where you direct your attenergy, that's energy and attention in one. Attenergy. Attention and energy in one word. So where you direct your attenergy, and I would totally play that in Scrabble, by the way, should be towards the things you can control. Do not subjugate, literally subjugate, your control over the things you have no control over or are just concerning. So that's the first one. How much control do I have over it? Ask that question when something is vying for your attention and your energy. Second thing is, will this create new, better problems? Most of the time, if you're like me, you're trying to avoid problems. Yet somehow, problems tend to show up, regardless of how hard we may try. So just for a second, imagine life without problems. For a moment, you might start thinking that'd be cool and that's exciting, but the reality of it is, how absolutely incredibly boring would that be? Life is a game. It's an adventure, and games are played to win. It's the problems, the obstacles, and the challenges that make the game fun and exciting. So what that really means is you just need better problems. If you're trying to avoid them, they're not good problems. You need better problems. So Grant Cardone, my boss, in his book, Sell to Be Sold, he talks about this very thing. If you're going to have problems either way, what kind of problems would you like? Worries and problems about money, for example. Who doesn't struggle with that? Everybody struggles with that. It's pretty common for most folks. One set of problems would be about managing your assets, preserving your wealth, dealing with a higher tax bracket. The other sets of problems are paying rent and utilities and then having to decide between food, a car payment, or insurance. Both are problems and worries with money. Frankly, I'd rather be worried about managing my assets, preserving wealth, and dealing with a higher tax bracket than deciding on food, car payment, or insurance. Now that we have established that, let's confront the hard stuff, which is also the most liberating. You, I, we create our problems based on what we think, decide, and do. So let me just say that one more time. You and I, we create our problems based on what we think, what we decide, and what we do. That means if we're going to have problems and if we create them, it would make sense to be more intentional about that. Yeah? So how much energy should you give something? How much energy should we give something? Will the expended energy create a new, better problem or just make the existing problems worse or more abundant? So let's step out of this for a second. Quick little side note, sidebar. We are part of an abundant and intelligent universe that you are connected to, that I am connected to, and we are in communication with it. What you focus on, you create, and you get to do this either consciously or subconsciously, but it's happening either way. So just a little note there. The third thing is this. When you have the decision to make about how much energy to put into something, to what degree does this help and add value to myself, my life, and to others? We're making decisions every single day. Will these decisions serve you? Will they serve others? Will they serve the community or the world in general? The correct decision will be, to what degree does this benefit the big picture, serve the community, and does it make me better or worse? I have a Post-it note on my computer. What is the most valuable thing I should be doing right now? I got that from Brandon Dawson. And another one that says, is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to or further away from my goals? So when you have a choice, and you always do, take the gap. Now what I mean by that is that between the stimulus and the response, there's a gap. And in this gap is where we decide and affirm who we are and who we're going to be. And this decision will always have a ripple effect on our immediate surroundings, our community, and the planet. I've learned this lesson multiple times. I've learned it the hard way, and to some degree, I'm still learning it. Now, some ripples will be bigger than others, but please don't think yourself so insignificant that you don't ripple. You ripple, so look outward. Know that you're on purpose whenever you're looking to serve other people. You should practice self-care, but it should never just be all about you. That's the dichotomy of being human. Be the best version of yourself so you can better contribute to the groups you're in and the planet you're on and the life you're in. So let's recap. Number 1, how much control do I have over it? Number 2, will this create new, better problems? And number 3, to what degree does this help and add value to myself and others? So remember, as we wrap this up today, everything you do is based on a decision that you're making. And keep in mind that you have and always will be in complete and total control, and you get to pick your problems. It's nice. The problems get bigger and better as you grow and get lost in the service of other people. So what I would love to hear from you in the comment section below, how are you going to implement these 3 questions in your daily life moving forward? Because it is what you do today that will create your tomorrow. And that is a wrap for now, my friends. Thank you so much for being here and for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying to the end. Again, drop some comments below. If this benefits you in any way, shape, or form, please make sure that you've shared this out into the cyberspace so that other folks can benefit from it too. Quick reminder to share and subscribe. Yep, thanks in advance for doing that. This is Rich Man's Gym, strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. Train anywhere. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon.